Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mayfly Disc Golf made by amateurs for amateurs. I'm Andrew here with Mr. Randy May.
How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing very well, sir. We're going to be doing some lead card final round coverage of the 2023 Smoking Pigs Open in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And today's disc golf is sponsored by the absolutely wonderful Blue Point Disc in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Sean and Sarah and thank them for giving us a sponsor. And they've got a great shop, great disc. Sean really knows his disc. He throws a lot of different ones, and he can really help you out if you go in there and want to purchase a disc, the Blue Point disc. So first up, we have Chad Jackson on our lead card, Isaiah Morvara, and I hope I didn't butcher that. We have Yasha Coleman. Next, we have Chris Runyon. And last but not least, Mr. Coda Hatfield, the pro himself. So we're looking at hole one, par 3, 320 feet. This is different than the first hole one. Instead of going that little short one, you go way out here to this basket, and that light pole's in play of getting hit.
Now, is the light pole playing a mandatory on the left or right side?
No, it's just an obstacle.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like most of these players are just going to be throwing a very straightforward shot, maybe taking a bit of a wide hyzer so they can kind of get somewhat of a skip off the ground.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because that path is OB and it goes down there, so you don't want to go OB. There goes Coda. Nice shot.
That's a great shot. It actually looked like he did more of kind of a more stable kind of flip up shot there.
And here comes Chris. And last but not least, Chad.
Yeah. It seems like Chris's shot was maybe just a little bit low there.
Yeah, and Chad's disc just to kind of remind people, this was kind of a cold day and a windy day. So it wasn't a perfect day for disc golf, but it was a great day to just have a tournament and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like we're getting some great approaches from the whole card. Everybody that was at the position thrown up for the par.
Yeah, he just checked up. He wasn't wanting to mess with that.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like he was trying to go for the birdie there.
Let's see what Coda does here.
Excellent
nice birdie.
Yeah.
Nice
Clean
job,
off the tee
Coda.
and a clean putt. Yeah, that was excellent.
Chris has got about 15 here, 12 to 15 feet. Nails that.
It's a great birdie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So far, it seems like the whole car seems pretty warmed up, feeling pretty good. I mean, starting off with some birdies and some pars, avoiding any bogeys. I mean, that's always a great start to a round.
Yeah, the day started warming up a little bit in the afternoon around, but boy, this morning round was really chilly. And Isaiah, boom, birdie.
That was an incredible birdie.
Yeah.
Absolutely parked that hole.
Do you think he's played this course before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hole 2, par 3, 290 feet. Andrew, talk about this hole.
So this hole is a little tricky. So what you're wanting to do is, you can see here on the screen, you've got sort of a tunnel entrance, and then down to the left is where the basket is located, and it's actually tucked in pretty far there to the left. I think you'll see most players just going for kind of a wide, or not even a wide hyzer, but just a hyzer off the tee, they're trying to get that disc to fade over to the left as far as they possibly can to get it within putting range.
Yeah, throwing
And
something kind of
again,
stable.
oh yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go too overstable because you don't want that disc to fall out too quickly. So I feel like most players are going to be throwing their, standard, Innova destroyers, or throwing something like even throwing something like a Pro Ballista.
So here goes Chris. You see that wind just picking that up?
Yeah. That shot from Chris is actually excellently placed and excellently played. I think he gave it just the perfect amount of height in order to put himself in position. But we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, and Chad's disc is just, the wind's just beating it down. So if you don't go deep enough, this is what happens on this hole. You've got a lot of trees to contend with.
Yeah. And that's as good as approach as any. Get the extra little skip there next to the basket. But yeah, I feel like this hole is fairly deceptive. The basket's a lot further to the left than I think most players realize.
Yeah, you're right on not playing something too overstable. Me personally, I throw a wave, MVP wave on this. Nice birdie.
And sometimes, if you're not really fighting a wind, that's a great birdie. If you're not fighting the wind, or even if you have a tailwind on you, yeah, I would absolutely use maybe something a little bit more understable. And here's Coda's putt. I believe this is for a birdie. Is that correct?
Yeah. Nice, Coda.
Great bird on the day.
I hope Coda contacts me one day and wants to play around. I'd love to play around with that guy. Legend.
Yeah, this was a great. All the players on this card actually played this hole fairly well. Seemed like some of the discs just fell just a bit short.
Yeah.
And that's a great scorecard.
Yeah. So, Andrew, we've got hole 3, par 3, 370 feet. This hole, you have to throw across that hill and down to those trees, and the basket is hidden up on top of the hill. It's a tough get to. If you par this, you're doing good.
Yeah, and it's tough because there's a couple of different ways that you can play this hole. Just like how Coda played here, you can play, a nice stable distance driver, try and get it flattened out as wide as you possibly can. Another play, if you have the arm, is going sort of a big hyzer over this tree line. It's a bit riskier, but at least the disc is, you don't have to contend with any of the trees in the fairway.
Yeah, the main thing on this hole, because there's a tunnel that you have to get get up to the basket. You want to get down as far as you can, because if you get short, then you're kind of having to face trying to kind of hyzer up into that hole.
Yeah.
That was a pretty shot. Got it.
That is a great
ground
shot.
Play.
Yeah, definitely a bit low, but honestly, that extra little bit of skip might have given him some, got him a little bit closer to the basket there.
There goes Chad.
Wow, even hitting the tree, he was almost clean off of the tee. That was pretty impressive. You can tell that Chad's got quite a bit of power off in his arm.
What Coda's dealing with here. I'm telling you, this is a tough hole. It's not a birdie hole. You get out of there with a par if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a smart golf hole. You want to get clean off of the tee and put yourself in position for that par. And this is a tough spot right here.
Yeah, you don't want to be way left. Now that was a great
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice shot. Hey, Yasha, come on, let's get it in there. Oh my God. He hit metal.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, that was a great position there for Yasha.
Isaiah hit some metal, look like some chain. Coda's really wanting to par this.
Yeah, he's looking for the par for sure. Wants to keep that clean scorecard.
Oh.
Just
Think
a bit
about
to the
this.
left.
Yeah, you can run this basket because there's just that hill behind it that'll stop it. So you can really
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, the only thing you're contending with is, possible roll away. If it hits the basket wrong and it rolls down the hill, gives you an extra 5-10 feet of putting distance.
Does rollaways really ever happen in disc golf?
No, almost never.
Never.
No.
I've never seen it happen. I think Sarah Hokum had one of the biggest rollaways I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So they're cleaning up here.
And folks, like I said, if you haven't had a chance, if you're in the Oklahoma area, definitely go check out this course. It's pretty incredible. It's beautiful. It's well maintained, and it's just about an hour or so from the Oklahoma City area.
Okay, Andrew, we got hole 4, par 3, 300 feet, basket sitting up on top of a hill, and it's another one of those, if you par and get out, you're lucky because a birdie is a really good shot on this hole.
Yeah. I think what most players are kind of looking for here is to throw fairly stable disc, let it crest that hill, and jump up near the basket.
Just like
You
that.
go just exactly like that.
That was nice. Okay, here goes Chris.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
Oh, he released that a little early.
Yeah, it just came out a little early.
There's Isaiah sporting a D mark, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, the tough thing with this hole is that if you throw your disc too high and it doesn't crest that hill, then you run the risk of the disc actually going around the basket, and which I believe is a downhill slope on the other side. And that'll slide down and put you about 60-70 feet away from the basket. So players really want to make it a point to try and hit the top of that hill, get a little extra skip off of it, and that disc just falling just a little short.
Yeah, my
Honestly,
play here
it was a
goes
great
Coda.
line.
My play, because I'm an amateur, is if I can get it to the front of that hill, throw it up by the basket, and then get it in the basket, I'm good, because I'm not going to birdie that. So Chris is in a little trouble here.
Yeah, he definitely is. This is not a spot that you want to be in, especially contending with that kind of dirt hill.
Oh.
Yeah. That's tough. It's limited options from that position. You don't really have much, but hopefully we can get some recovery here.
Yeah, nice up, Chris. That was good. Let's see if Chad can get a bird.
He's going to have to put quite a bit of power behind his putt here.
It was safe, though, and he'll get out with a par, which is great.
Yep. Yeah. I think the goal of this hole is just to put it on that hill as best you can.
Oh, man, Isaiah. I mean, that was not Isaiah. That was Yasha.
Yeah. That's tough. That's, but again, as long as your disc isn't rolling away.
Nice birdie there by Coda.
Excellent birdie.
He's waving. So Isaiah kind of went to the left of the basket into the trees there, and
oh wow,
he's got a nice easy birdie.
That's a great spot.
There's Chad cleaning up.
And I believe Chris is taking a bogey here.
Yeah. So Isaiah and Code are 2 down. So we got hole 5, par 3, 343 feet. This is a great, top of the hill mountain shot down to the basket. We got OB on the left with a cart path. How you gonna play it?
I'm going to take my distance driver and throw it as hard and as fast as I possibly can. This is honestly a pretty straightforward hole. The tough thing is that the cart path is your out of bounds. So your disc runs the risk of skipping out of bounds and putting you out of position, or at least putting you down a stroke. So players want to try and keep it as far to the right as possible. And then that way, if the disc does get any skip, it's not getting over that cart path.
Right. Code got close to it, but looks like he was safe. Here's Yasha.
Yeah, he might be clean.
And by the way, Andrew, these guys were so nice when I was filming them. They were so appreciative. They're like, man, you took your time out on a Saturday to come here and do this. And I'm like, I'm here to promote disc golf in Oklahoma. That's what my son and I are trying to do, is show courses. And I was talking to the guy the other day that found one of my discs, and I was telling him about our disc golf channel. And I'm like, what I want is, if you want to go play OCU or you want to go play Mitch, you can get on YouTube and you can see what that course looks like before you go play it, so that you kind of have an idea of what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the community, especially in Oklahoma. It's surprisingly enough, and I'm sure not a lot of people see this, but Oklahoma has quite the disc golf community. A lot of people play disc golf in Oklahoma. Despite having to fight the wind, it's a great approach there.
Yeah.
And it's a really wonderful community that Oklahoma has. And if we can give players and newcomers the opportunity to look at courses before they go, or even just to see, other people, locals, get to watch them play the course and see how they would play it, I think that's also incredible.
Yeah, you're correct. And we film amateurs, and I'm lucky, and thanks to Mike Talaferro and the guys on this card for letting me filming them and putting this up on our channel, because we need more content of disc golf in Oklahoma and featuring Oklahomans, because it's just, there's not a lot out there. I mean, there's some older stuff, 2014-15 with Paul Macbeth and Nate Sexton back when they were playing in Norman at those courses, but we need that. We need to see what's going on in our community.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, I was trying to get Sean from Blue Point Disc to come here and do the commentary, but he had some obligations and couldn't make it. So maybe we can get him on another time to kind of do some commentary, because he's really familiar with the courses, with the players, with the discs, and just an all-around nice guy.
Yeah. And that is a great birdie there.
Yeah. So this next hole is really interesting to me after Chad cleans up here. Hole 6, 282 feet, and all of these guys just throw a big hyzer. I didn't realize there was enough room around the OB line on the right to throw just a big hyzer, spike hyzer, and get to that basket. But there is. So if you're out there playing this hole, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. it seems like a much easier play. You know, if you can get it above that tree and above the brush, you know, a clean hyzer is kind of the best play here. You can obviously try and play it straight down the fairway. You could even try and throw kind of an overstable disc on a flex line. But on it, the easiest and what seems like the simplest throw is definitely throwing this hyzer shot.
Yeah. I try to play it down the middle with a buzz, and I don't have much luck. So the next time I come and play Guthrie, that's what I'm going to do right there.
Yeah. And all the players on this card did great on this shot off the tee.
Oh, yeah. It's a making of a star frame, and you can see it's warming up finally just a little bit, enough that these guys can kind of take off their hoodies and
relax a little bit.
Yeah, Yasha, what a great
putt. Man, these guys are slinging their putts. I mean,
yeah,
really doing very well.
Yeah, and Chris is going to get after it here.
Yeah, the whole card here is looking for birdies. They're all within putting range.
Boom. Birdie.
Awesome.
Nice, Chris. Now Coda's wanting one too. He's like, I'm not going to mess up this start frame. Giving a little love to the basket, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Little disc basket appreciation.
Birdie.
Excellent putt there.
And look at this lie, man. Birdie.
Absolutely parked.
And that was our little
awesome.
star frame.
Yeah, gotta say, first star frame here on the channel. So happy to have that on hole 6.
Yeah, hole 7, 238, par 3. You've just got to kind of go to the right of that first tree. Hopefully hit the hill, skip up just like that, and get close to the pin.
Yeah, this hole is deceptively difficult because you are trying to throw something kind of flat and hit that hill, getting a little extra skip and then skip off to the left.
Oh man, Codas must have hit something. It just stopped.
Yeah, that was must have hit a tree limb or something.
The gods of disc golf was not with Coda on this hole.
Yeah.
Watch this one. Boom, hits that trash can. It actually bounces towards the basket. Man, that was a great shot.
That's really not a bad play. You know, hit the trash bin and let the disc settle.
Yeah. Oh, he got a little bit of tree there on clip on that one.
Yeah, and I feel like that's part of the issue with going on that right side of the tree is that there's a bunch of small kind of tree limbs that are hanging and dangling there. If you put the disc too high, it's gonna kind of smack the disc down and unfortunately put you short of the basket. Sometimes people can get a little clean off the fairway, but I think the best play is trying to put it in between the two trees off the tee.
You know, and I appreciate the guys' professionalism. They're wearing dry fit shirts that are really cool looking. You know, yeah, it's a B-Tour tournament, but you know, let's look good out there and let's represent disc golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
These guys definitely are. Wow, what a putt, man. Where's the slow mez when you need it, you know?
I could have put one in there. I probably should have. Oh, just an inch low.
Just short, man. Looks like he also might have been fighting a little bit with some tree branches kind of in his face and whatnot, so.
You know, I don't know, Andrew, because I've never played a tournament, but I would be pretty nervous with a camera watching me and, thinking about, I've got to do this and make money and do well, and a lot of pressure.
Absolutely.
Okay, hole 8, par 3, 223 feet. Not much of a throw except for it's blind to the pin, and you just got to have the feel and know this hole. And if you've not played it before, you're not going to know it. But these guys know it.
Yeah. This is definitely one of those holes where, if you know the course and you know how this hole plays, you're going to know exactly where to put the disc. So kind of until you get out there and you practice with a couple rounds and, practice some of your throws, you won't know exactly where the basket's at. But
yeah, and I probably wasn't in the best place to film. I always thought I would be cool and go down there and like film the shots coming. But
wow,
I got some of them pretty good. Boom, you can see where that one hit.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're not looking to put a lot of power on this. I mean, only 223 feet, this is really almost, you'd almost take a fairway driver or even a mid-range, and
yeah, I'll throw like a
as long as you give it enough hyzer. Yeah.
Let's see what Chris is going to do on this one. That was nice, Chris.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, kind of going back to what you were saying, for guys to, play around with the camera, behind them and watching all their shots, and also, being on the lead card in a B tier tournament, there is a lot of nerves kind of sitting behind that, but these guys seem to be in the right headspace and playing really good disc golf. And I commend these guys for being able to keep it cool, calm and collected. That's awesome.
Excuse me. Got some birdies.
Most of these guys here are going to be, just cleaning up birdies. Everybody played this hole really well.
There goes Chad cleaning up.
Chad's had an incredible round so far.
Yeah. Hole 9, par 3, 295. This is just throw it straight. There's that big hill you have to kind of get up, and if you don't make a good throw on this, you're going to be in trouble with the trees.
Yeah, you definitely want to be clean off the tee on this hole. Flexing out, too far to the right puts you in a bunch of brush. Having an early release puts you in the brush on the left. So make sure that when you're playing this hole, you want to monitor the wind, see which way the wind's pushing, so that you can change how you throw, change whatever disc you're using, and just try and get something as straight and clean off the tee as possible.
Yeah, I don't have the power to get to the basket on this hole, so my goal is to keep it kind of in the fairway, pitch up to the basket, and get out of there with a 3.
Yep.
So I don't know what Flick Squad is with Hatfield there, but I think Isaiah had a Flick Squad shirt on, so we need to check that out, see what that is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can see a couple discs parked up there by the basket, so we'll kind of see how the rest of the card plays.
Ooh, a little short, but not bad.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty nice approach there from Yasha.
Let's see if Chris can put this in. I don't think he gave it much of a bid.
Didn't seem like it. He might have just been playing for an easy par just to kind of keep the scorecard clean. Great attempt with Chad.
Yeah.
Yasha to kind of keep the course.
Oh man, I can't believe he missed that.
That's tough. But from playing out of position and everything, you can That was as good as you can hope for, definitely.
That was a nice birdie.
Excellent birdie. And the rest of the car just cleaning up here on the hole.
Get a little Comet, boys, and clean it up.
Yeah, scorecard's looking great. Isaiah, I mean, 7 down on the front 9. That is just incredible.
He's killing it.
Absolutely killing it. Well,
So
guys,
watch the
thank
back
you so
9,
much.
guys.
Yeah, make sure check out the back 9 of the 2023 Smoking Pig Open. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Blue Point Disc, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace out, my disc golf friends.